Welcome to the Great Ner-D-Bate. I'm Chad, the host. This is Chris,
The host and
the fact
moderator
checker.
and overlord.
Today we have Keith from Digital Denizens.
What's up,
and
guys?
Leslie from Sector 7 Item Shop. Today we're going to be talking about who is the best villain in video games. Keith, who did you choose?
Who did I choose?
Yes.
So I chose Frau Engel from Wolfenstein and Wolfenstein New Order. Well, I think it was New Order and Shadow Colossus.
Frau? You chose Frau.
Frau Engel.
Oh.
That lady.
You think you could beat that, Leslie? You think I could beat that?
Oh, honey.
She is quite
All right.
attractive.
And then
She's
Leslie,
gorgeous.
who'd you pick?
Yeah.
Hey, Leslie, who'd you pick?
One time in third grade, I had this teacher. Like for real. Okay. Kefka Palazzo from Final Fantasy VI.
Oh, surprise, surprise.
Oh, no, not really, huh?
did I pick the right one? Is that the one you were talking about?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, nice.
He's fabulous.
Pretty cool. Odds or evens?
Odds.
Okay. Okay, do you want to go first or second?
Me?
Yes, you won. First or second?
I can go first. I don't care.
Okay.
Woohoo!
All right. So the way round one's going to work, each competitor is going to have 2 minutes to do their opening statement on their character and why they picked them.
Cool.
The timer starts now.
All right, Frau Engel. She is also known as General Engel, Angel of Death. She's from Wolfenstein: The New Order and the Colossus. She is SS Obergruppenführer,
Kyle. No,
which basically just means like lieutenant in German. Commandant of Camp Bellica. She's a high-ranking Nazi Party officer, basically right under Hitler in this universe. If you guys aren't familiar with Wolfenstein, it takes place in, during World War II, and then it kind of advances into the 60s and 70s, where the Nazis actually won the war and have taken over the United States and everything. Her crimes, she's known for war crimes, genocide, murder, torture, abuse of power. I don't know how you abuse power, but she does. Terrorism, corruption, enslavement, psychological abuse, emotional and verbal abuse. She's basically trying to eradicate the presence of all inferior races throughout Europe and the United States, crush any opposition to Nazi Germany, which she fails, but that's a whole nother story. She and type of villain, she is a sadistic totalitarian biatch. Hashtag hoes have feelings.
25 seconds.
25 seconds.
25 seconds. I
Why
mean,
do you feel like you wanted to pick her?
What are you doing? Intro.
the reason I picked her was just because of it. Just looking back at moments in the game, she is so sadistic. She cut off a woman's head and then just kind of like shook it around as she's like dancing around in front of her enemies like it's nothing. So she's fucking psychotic.
Time.
All right.
Okay.
Did you get like an outline that I didn't get, or did you put that together by yourself? Because I swear to God, you said you weren't prepared.
I mean, a lot of that's like stuff I kind of brushed up before the show a little bit. I looked
Oh,
at,
Mrs. Smith, I didn't do my paper today. Here you go.
We totally had Wiki up because we're reading the same thing he is.
You cheater.
No, it's fine. You're allowed to bring one item to the debate.
Yeah, you're allowed to take.
He brought Wikipedia.
You're allowed to have
Yes.
notes. I should.
Yes, I brought Wikipedia as my best friend.
That's my prop.
Hey Leslie, you ready? You need a second.
I'm never ready.
She's gonna blow me out of the water.
No. It's only my favorite game of ever.
Oh.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, so you begin Final Fantasy VI, like seeing Kefka as basically as a non-threat, right? Okay, stay with me. But you progress through the game, you get to see him become like this ultimate villain through all the events that occur. So like motivationally, it's like this message in 6 is nihilism, like nothing matters. Kefka implants all of this stuff in your mind that like you don't matter, nothing matters, whatever. And his backstory is like super classic. So he's like an experiment gone wrong, and then when it went wrong, he went nuts. And then you get to
Sorry.
see him like it's perfect, right? It's like
Yeah.
it's just like my life. So unlike most villains, though, most villains you don't like fight them the whole game. You just kind of spend the game chasing them. Kefka is with you pretty much the entire way. Like you run into him at every freaking turn. So you see the evolution of him going from like being Emperor Gestal's side piece to like this complete fucking nut job by the end of the last boss fight. So some of the things that he's done, he poisons the water of Doma Castle and he kills hundreds, maybe even thousands. He sets Figaro Castle on fire. He raids the Esper realm and subsequently captures, experiments on, and disposes of the Espers by literally throwing them in the trash.
Wow.
You said we're done, right?
No, you got more.
What? Oh.
Keep going.
He enslaves one of the main protagonists and controls her with a slave crown to kill his own freaking men. He's got psychological warfare. He's a freaking psychopath.
Done.
Okay.
Hurts. That was round 1. Each competitor.
No one lied.
No one lied. Chris fact checked that factually.
Nice.
Now we're going into round 2, where you're going to be able to pick apart your other player's opening statement.
Explain why their character is inferior to yours. Leslie, you're going first this time.
I have to explain why Frau is not good enough.
And it should be easy.
You have up
It should
to,
be easy.
Leslie, you have up to 3 minutes on this one.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
not enough
Starting.
for me.
Now, go.
It needs 5.
Okay. I have to be honest, I wasn't paying attention, Key. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
So
She's like, your villain's a piece
Okay.
of shit.
all right, no. So okay, let's talk about this. You're talking about a woman that is a like stereotypical like Nazi, right? How many? Okay, given the setting, it's obvious that yes, that is the type of villain that is necessary, but that's not really a villain. That's kind of just like an antagonist, you know what I mean? There's big difference. So she's just kind of a bitch.
I mean, I'd agree with that part.
I mean, look at her, you know what I'm saying? Like if I looked like that, I would have some pent up anger, you know, like I don't know. I'm not really gonna have a point here because again, like I said, but also I'm not good at thinking on my feet. Anyway, so she did war crimes, power abuse, enslavement, all that good stuff. So all of this was like expected of her as this person in this role, right? This wasn't something where she had really like a genuine motivation. She just wanted to do it because basically that was her job. It's not really like I don't really see that as a motivation. I just see it as something that, okay, Frau, go over there and kill those people for me. Oh, okay, sounds good. That's all I got.
I mean, that's all you need, yeah.
I'm terrible at this.
Is there something in your last minute?
I mean, what do you want me to do? Just like,
Maybe you should explain how her motivation isn't as fucking well thought out or well implemented as Kefka's.
Nope.
she doesn't have
You
motivation.
forfeited your minute.
I'm saying.
All right, Kate, you have 3 minutes to explain why your villain is better than hers.
Do it.
Go.
Okay. Kefka? What kind of name is that anyway? What is this bullshit? Okay, so Kefka just kind of prances around, like, pretending to be friends with these people, and then kind of turns on their friends. I mean, we've seen it before. The Elusive Man, Mass Effect. I mean, obviously it came before Mass Effect, so I guess I can't use that as an example. But I mean, come on. He dresses like a fairy. Who's going to be afraid of that? And so I guess I don't know. There's some similarities, I guess I could say, with Kefka, Frau Engel. They're looking to just slaughter mass amounts of people. I would say their motivations are very similar, but Frau's is probably a little bit more, considering that Frau is trying to eradicate anybody that is less than her. It's not just her job. It's because she just fucking hates everybody that is not an Aryan. The pure race.
So I'm good. Sorry. Out here, blue eyes, bro. Anyway,
Is that enough, or do I need more?
it's up to you.
If you want to go into more detail and get more points,
Okay. So I think Frau is kind of a little more has more hatred because everybody's not pure and she wants to kill everybody. But she does it in such a maniacal way that it's just psychotic, and it's just like chilling, almost like, seeing her just kind of kill people without any remorse. Okay, I'm done. That's all I got. I couldn't keep going.
Debatable. No.
so let me ask him a question. I'm going to ask the question first, and you can ask your question. Okay, fact checker.
Yeah.
All right. So, Keith, your question is, what actions in the game show that she is pure evil and show that she is just a crazy villain?
Like I said, there's a scene where BJ Blazkowicz, who is the main character, is basically, his body isn't working because his organs are failing him, and he's just sitting there limp from your perspective. And then his friend, who is also like, she's in a wheelchair, she's using this like this Jewish armor that she gets from this tomb or whatever, or this guy made it or whatever, sorry. And so she ends up like taking the armor off of her and holding her, she's got a guard holding her by her hair, and she's just kind of slumped there, and they're kind of fighting to get out of the situation, and she just like lops off the girl's head, kind of holds it and kind of swings it around in front of your face. There's just like blood, and her tongue's just kind of fucking swaying around, and she's just kind of laughing about it. And then she's like making fun of her daughter, who's supposed to be German, but she's fat, and she's like, whatever. Anyway, she's just making fun of her and stuff. But there's other scenes where she's just torturing people and kind of just cutting off limbs and things like that, and just has no remorse for it.
Do you think just bloodlust makes you a great villain? Just like the fact that, yeah, sure, she tortures and murders and kills, but like heroes do that too, if you think about it.
Right.
Maybe is her motive more evil than Kefka's?
I would say yes, that maybe that Frau Engel's motivation is more than Kefka's, because I mean, well, Kefka is one person.
Cool. Same question to Leslie now. Do you believe Kefka's motivation of just pure annihilation is more evil than Frau Engel's motivation of annihilating anything she deems inferior to raise her own people up?
Yeah, I mean, Kefka doesn't give a fuck. Okay, let me tell you something. Okay, he does not care. He killed, like I said, he killed his own soldiers. He made Tara kill his own soldiers. Frau over here, all right, she's brainwashed to think that she's better than everybody, and that's fine. We have that in society today. But Kefka, he wants the world to end, and he actually succeeds at it. Let me put it that way.
So, follow-up question. You're saying he is a greater villain because he succeeds?
Yes.
Okay,
Ooh.
what is your rebuttal to that?
I guess I don't have much of a rebuttal, because she does fail, and eventually BJ Blazkowicz ends her while she's like in the middle of a TV show.
One
He-
could say that BJ is a greater hero than the heroes of Final Fantasy VI. Correct?
Yes, agreed.
I will now be doing the debate for both of you.
All right, so let's go on to round 4, where you guys are actually going to go at each other.
We're gonna give how many minutes?
I'm not getting paid for round 4. I didn't sign a contract. for
Yeah,
that.
we only signed up for 3 here.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
round
let's
4
go,
is just
come
gonna be free debate. It's your closing statement. You're allowed to interrupt each other. Whoever's the more powerful speaker will obviously garner most of the time.
Bring up good things that, well,
No,
necessarily
just closing
bad things
statement,
that these
closing
people have
statement.
done
Yeah.
to go against the other
Just,
person.
this is your final chance to convince me or Chad why your villain is the most villainous.
'Cause
You can't
so-
read.
Both of you, start
Yeah, by the
talking,
way.
starting now.
I mean,
Let's
what
say.
more do you want? Kefka's a clown.
Yeah,
People are
well,
terrified.
Frau Engel's a Nazi and she murders people.
That is so stereotypical. This woman is just brainwashed to do her job.
But it's not so stereotypical when you see it in, I think, like more like Cold Blood in a video game. That's kind of very visceral.
Okay. Just because your game has better graphics and was made in the future doesn't mean that
Can you even see the blood in your game?
maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Do you need
Yeah.
a microscope to see those pixels?
Whoa, whoa, dude.
anyway. Kefka's makeup is way better than Frau's, so I think we're done here.
Give her a point on that, just because.
Frau Engel has a crazy scar because BJ Blazkowicz almost pretty much thought he killed her.
Okay, but all I'm saying is that Kefka is like, I'm gonna tear the world in two, and he actually does. Now, does he die at the end of the game? If you're actually skilled enough to beat him, yes. But if you're
Mm.
not, no. Anyway, he
So
actually tears the
Kefka
world.
does die like a bitch.
If you are actually a skilled player, yes. But that goes with any boss.
Am I talking to a skilled player?
I don't know, maybe.
Hmm.
Point for that.
Gotta give her a point for that.
Okay, well, that's
Sorry.
enough out of you two. So that was the last round of the Great Ner-D-Bate today. It was Leslie versus Keith. We
Who was
had
the greatest villain? We had Frau Engel and Kefka.
It's me.
Unfortunately,
I'm the villain.
You're Kefka?
I'm Kefka.
it went super hard towards Kefka.
you are not worthy of being the great nerd debater.
If you want to give
Wow.
me $20, I'll tell you how you could have won.
Let me tell you, Keith, there's a lot of things that you were kind of sticking to the whole, she's a Nazi, she does
I
bad
know.
things.
Which, but you should have spun it and been like, no, she's not doing bad things. She's doing great things for Nazis. You should have talked about how like she's
Oh,
devout to the cause and she wants to bring, like really get into it.
I know. I
Yeah.
should have.
And you also, there was parts in the game where she pretty much tries to murder her own daughter
Oh, I didn't know
Oh shit.
and just going, pretty much being like, she doesn't give a shit even about her own bloodline. She thought her daughter was so cowardly after she tried to, because in the game, the daughter like goes back.
that.
on
Also,
what
by the
she was
way,
doing.
moderators aren't supposed to have preconceived notions going into the debate.
I am fact checking and,
Oh, I'm fact checking.
well, I am the knowledge. I am.
I am the knowledge.
The knowledge.
So then she is a villain. She's not an antagonist.
Well,
She
we
is a
were doing
villain.
villains, we didn't
We,
do antagonists.
Well, I did mention the daughter, but I didn't go into as
Yeah.
Well, there's a
detailed.
lot of,
Oh, that bitch
there's
is
a lot
great.
of things that you
It's-
kind of stuck your head into like same thing over and over
Okay,
again.
now to talk
Yeah.
about Leslie. Leslie, you did pick the greatest video game villain of all time.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that.
It's
Yeah.
on the list. Like, everyone agrees
Wow.
Kefka is the best. So like.
But Leslie, the one thing I will criticize you, Kefka became a god.
Yeah, he became a
He
god.
did, didn't he?
He
Yeah.
didn't care about anybody. His agenda was becoming a god.
Yeah.
So
I
he
have it
took
in my
advantage of-
notes.
You could have just said he took advantage of every situation, every boss he had to be a god.
God. Like,
Oh, you were prepared. Wow.
Kefka's and that dumb laugh. He was the best.
Yeah. But we have our victor. It is Leslie. Maybe one day she will compete against the champion.
I will give you my mustache as winning.
I am the debate champion.
Next episode, you'll see Leslie with
I
my
don't know.
mustache taunting me with it because I can't do that anymore.
Well, thank you both for entertaining us and being on the show.
Hey, yeah, thank you.
Don't forget
Thank
to
you
watch
for having us.
subscribe and check their channels out. It's Digital Denizens and Sector 7 Item Shop. Where can we find you on the Instagrams and the Twitters?
Ew, Twitter.
Twitters.
Ugh.
I don't really use Twitter. I'm still like working on that. I need to change my name and
Nobody
stuff to
likes
be in
Twitter.
line. But I'm on Facebook at Digital Denizens and on Instagram at Digital_Denizens. So you can DM me there if DM me, bruh.
Sounds sexy pick. How about you, Leslie?
I'm at Sector 7 Item Shop on Instagram.
What about your nice item shop that can shop at?
You can find that in my bio because it's written very strangely.
Just go to
So.
Sector 7. It's
Yeah, go
around the
to-
left.
Jesus.
Make a left.
Take a
It's
left.
around the corner. Take a left.
Up that
It's
staircase. Yeah.
yeah, up that staircase. There's an item shop there. Go in if you're looking to
Oh.
buy something. If you're not, fuck off.
Also, I want everyone in the sound of my voice to Google Neanderthal Hermione. There's a pretty cool article about it.
What is it?
Neanderthal Hermione
Thanks for watching,
from
everybody.
Harry Potter.